Hey guys, I'm Christina of Inner Peace Tarot. Thank you so much for watching. It has been a minute since I've posted, but I'm just doing a couple quick readings for each of the elements. So we'll go ahead and do air. And I was going into this prepared to do water, so maybe there's I don't know, something there. Maybe you're dealing with a water sign, or maybe you're trying to balance out the mental space with your heart space and your emotions. But yeah, so this is for air signs. Okay. In the past. Okay. So the past is referring to some stability that was sustained in your childhood. Or the other thing that I'm getting very strongly is straight up a father figure, some kind of experience with your father. Just gonna go right into it, I guess. In the present, I'm looking at the World in reversed with the Knight of Wands in reversed. Okay, tell me about this King of Pentacles. Okay. So this King of Pentacles in your past, in your childhood specifically, is what's coming through. May have found a lot of fulfillment and may have seemed happiest when they were alone and entirely self-sufficient. They may have come across as avoidant even, especially if this was a father figure. This is coming through as someone who kind of popped in and seemed really happy on their own. In the present, I see you embodying this energy of being flighty with the Knight of Wands in reverse. It's a lot of ideas, a lot of motivation, kind of willing to check it all out, but you're not investing really in any of those spaces. It's just kind of a touch and go sort of situation. And I think that this is something that you have been aware of for a while, but that you're still kind of embodying despite that awareness. But in the future, I do see you sort of dropping off this cold energy, this cut off space where you're I'm hearing quitting. So if this is something that you've been working on, is not doing that as much, being flighty and being maybe non-committal, I do see you dropping that and closing that cycle out in the future. Let's see, what are we doing differently? Okay, so this is just a matter of doing shadow work. So if you're taking the time to introspect, trying to understand your emotions like we were talking about in the beginning, noticing your thoughts, being more mindful about your experiences, and sort of stopping and asking yourself why don't I have anything sustainable? Why am I so flighty? Where is that coming from? And being accountable for the ways that you are manifesting things that you don't want to keep around in your life. I do see you changing that behavior, and in turn, having things around you that are more sustainable. Yeah, so realizing that, like, this, like, what's coming through is, like, an emotional unavailability, doesn't make you happy. It doesn't give you any sort of feeling of freedom or liberation, or, you know, what maybe you saw this father figure or this person in your past embodying, like, this happiness, this sense of fulfillment from, like, not actually having people around. Like, that doesn't resonate with you. And I see that kind of being an unavoidable truth once you do awaken to that shadow and understand it better. And it's almost coming through as, like, not being an issue once you come to that conclusion. Like, it's just going to be something that you leave behind. Yeah, that coldness, that, like, emotional unavailability, it's not filling anything in your heart that you thought. What I'm seeing with this is, like, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, the Queen of Cups in reverse, and the Hangman just fell out. And that's kind of giving me the impression that you took on this colder persona to sort of protect this, like, part of you that felt really needy, and that, like, none of your needs were ever being met. There's a recognition here that, like, pulling the other way, and instead of, like, adhering to your needs by being aloof, is not the answer. So whatever you're doing as far as, again, tapping into your emotions, like, letting yourself feel what you need to feel, understanding where your thoughts are coming from, I see that really serving you well. And if you're not doing that, that's going to be your way to close out this cycle of dealing with a lot of short-term, I'm hearing ungrounded energies around you. If you want stability, a great place to start is going to be, like, journaling and, like, paying attention to your thoughts and your feelings, and maybe considering the needs that you're suppressing. So that's what I'm getting for air. I feel like we could really delve into that, but I didn't want these to be too long. So if you do want to book, like, a personal, I feel like a shadow work would be a really great way to sort of dive into the specifics of that. But for the most part, I see this collective closing the cycle out, and that's really exciting. And, you know, that's going to allow you to manifest, like, stable situations and a little bit more consistency. So that's really great, and I hope that this was helpful.